folks, Jason here, Blue Label Bastard Wargaming, and I wanted to do a quick unboxing and maybe a halfway review of a package I just got in the mail today. And this will be the beginning of my 6mm pre-Imperial Republican Roman wargaming project. And why, you ask, am I not starting with the armies themselves? Because there's a bunch of stuff in them. I got this package in the mail today, and this one is a lot more doable in terms of not unpacking and cluttering up my desk with hundreds of tiny little figures. So, I mentioned before I was looking around for terrain, and one of the places I went was Baccus Miniatures. So let's see. I have obviously not opened this box yet. What is a true opening unboxing for some stuff that they offered on their website that I think is going to help me get going. So let's see, Baccus Miniatures. It took about a week and change, maybe close to 2 weeks. And I'm going to lift this up here out of the way, and so I can read off what exactly it was that I purchased. And so it will show here. Oops, that's the light I use for this video. And so this is what I purchased. So I brought 3 sets of stone walls, 1 set of rivers, so bridges and ford for a river, and then some road sections, various sets of road sections for the road. So there won't be a lot of kind of specific Roman terrain. This is more just general stuff. I would say it's very well packed. And so let's just take everything out here. Wow, lots of little baggies. I suppose I should get used to this with 6mm stuff. I suppose that's one of the attractions, because you get a lot of extra things. So, this is what it comes with. Some weird green terrain. Oh, it's actually squishy. Okay, let's open this stuff up. So I'm going to guess that this stuff is the sets of walls. And so, let's zoom this in a little bit here. Okay. So it looks like just what you have is, what you see is what you get. Here we go. So just wall sections, they're all resin. So it looks like you've got a bunch of, let's see if I can keep this on the camera. That would probably be nice. So it's like you have 4 straight sections, long sections. Looks like here is a gate. If you want to set that up. We've got a couple turns. There's another straight section. Another gate. Another gate. Well, actually, these are smaller gates. So you've got a comparison of, let's see if I can do this here properly. So you've got a bigger gate and just like a smaller gate, looks like. So I'm going to try to lay this out and show you exactly what you get. Looks like here's a destroyed wall section. Again, really nice detail. I was expecting, actually I didn't quite know what I was expecting with this, but I am pleasantly surprised so far. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 corner sections, and 1 more destroyed gate. So it looks like in each bag, I'm not going to open all of them because I don't think they're going to be that much different. Oops. We can do this. There we go. You get 4 straight sections. 2 shorter sections, just in case you want to extend one part of your square to make it a rectangle. 2 destroyed wall sections, 2 bigger gates, 2 smaller gates, and 4 corners. So you can make a pretty big pasture with this, or like an outer wall, I suppose. And looking at the packages, that's exactly what you're going to get in every one of them. So I'm not going to open these up. So those are the wall sections So that is, and I will read this out loud for people that are interested. That is GSC8, so those are the stone walls. I think I know what these are going to be. I'm going to look at these other ones first. These are interesting. So I will open them off screen because they are not resin. They are rubber. I think these are the roads. They look very, just a little bit here. They look all very similar. I think they're basically a bunch of the same things. Let's see if I can show some of the stuff up front. Obviously, flexible. See that he's got some extra stuff at the bottom. You could probably clean that stuff up. I don't have any experience painting this stuff, so I'll have to do a bit of research. But it's just a road with a verge, and then every once in a while, you can see it looks like they even put cart tracks in here to scrape it up to make it look used. These all appear to be the exact same thing. You can see this one has the same style. There's a little bit of difference in terms of coloration and things, but not much. So you could probably just set all these together and you could have a road. I guess I like the flexibility because if you want to do it over over terrain, that would be pretty cool. Or you know, if you got a hill, sometimes if you have hard road material, it doesn't quite work, and then it's sticking up at angles like this. That doesn't look right. So these would lay a little bit flatter, and so in this section or this package, you get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 stretches, and I would say they're all about 6 inches long. So that's a pretty decent stretch of road if you wanted to with it. I mean, obviously there'll be if you just want to make a straight road, and I'll have to look in how to paint this stuff. So I would say good quality. It's a little strange that every one of these has a cutoff here, and so I'm not sure how I'm going to mask that. You can see there where the cutout is in every one of these. Unless I'm missing something, and if watchers or listeners want to correct me on something, I'm all ears. So let's look at this stuff. The package crinkling, there's nothing like dead air. And this one, I'm going to go out on a limb and say these are the junctions. So what you have here is a 4-way, a 3-way. So you actually have 3 of these, and I can zoom in a little bit more. Perhaps this is too much, but this will show you some of the detail on these. So this is kind of like the Y, and there's just a little bit, I guess you could call it flash, but literally I can just peel it right off. So again, this is the rubber, which we'll show this here. It does intersect nicely with the, do that a little bit smarter. So clearly these are made to go together, and they do match up fairly well, particularly when they're painted. So I'd say they're good looking, kind of a strange baby vomit green, but still looks good. So what you get in that package, and this runs you £5.42, and so you get 3 of these T intersections. 1 4-way intersection, and 1, I guess you could call it a Y intersection. I should say that the road sections run £9.17 from Baccus directly. I don't know if they've got other places that sell it. And then we've got another package here, and this is going to be the road curves. And you can guess what this is going to be then? Curves. So I think here is just a way, if you wanted to you know, play around with how you want your roads to look. So it's got a couple of pie piece shape things, and just basically if you want to make a curvy road, there you go. I'll zoom out a little bit more just to show you how much stuff you get. So that's about, I mean, I think if you mix that together with some of these, you could have a pretty curvy road, which is what they would have back in ye olden times. So again, same design, flexible rubber, a little bit of flash, not much cleanup. Like I think this will probably come right off, maybe not. I'll have to do a little work on this one, just see that stripe there. I think it, yeah, I can peel this right off. I won't do that right now though. So that's the curve section, and the curve section runs £5.42. So these are kind of not particularly uniform. Well, maybe you get two of these, two of these, two of these, and 2 pizza slices. So that's not too bad. Actually, that's pretty nice. Then lastly, what I got, and I think this is resin. If you're clink. This would be the roads, rivers, bridges, and fords. And then obviously these are you know, a few, oops, so the camera. So you get 2 bridge sections, which we'll see how well they kind of line up with roads. And they look pretty nice. And you could replace that with a Ford. And clearly these were all designed to go together, and they do a very good job of doing it. Or, and then if you wanted to and say that the river kind of dies right up there, that piece goes on the end. I'm afraid this is going to get washed out a little bit, but since it's white, I think I can show this a little bit better. So really good quality casting on the bridge itself. Somebody could probably tell me what era this bridge is from. I think this will work really well for any era, really. I mean, somebody could kind of really go off on, you know, bridge expertise, tell you what era that's from and whether it's proper or not. You actually get you get 2 styles of bridges here. I thought they were the same initially. So you get one with kind of the peak on it, and then one with the flat top. And these are all, I mean, you could clear off the edges. I think they're actually plaster. It's a strange kind of resin that just kind of flakes off. Anyways, good quality, what I would expect from Baccus Miniatures. And that set runs £5.42. So all of this cost me about £43. And I think that this is, I'll kind of put all this stuff out here and see if I can get it all together. For what I've seen and the quality that you get, that's not too shabby of a deal. So for actually, so would be 3 sets of walls, which you saw, a pretty good length of road, the intersections, the bends, and then this stuff. I think that's a pretty good deal for basically £43. So I might actually go back and look at their rivers and see what they end up looking like. But no surprise here. Baccus has a reputation for doing really good miniatures. I think they've done a really great job here. Obviously, I'm not going to have time to really look into start painting this yet. And even I think I have to do a bit of research on the difference between painting 6mm versus 28mm, because I think you might have to highlight up a little bit more just to make things stand out some. And that may be more just on the models themselves rather than the terrain, because you don't want the terrain to take over the board. But I think that there's probably a difference in approach. So I'll have to do a little bit of research on this. But now I have something to kind of play around with rather than jumping into hundreds and hundreds of figures. Anyways, so I hope this was helpful. Stay tuned for as I look into how to best paint this stuff and kind of the colors I'm going to do. Like I said, I'm torn between doing kind of an Italian or Spanish kind of northern Spain, Italy fight. So if you want to have Hannibal, or do I want to have something over there in Carthage, and obviously North Africa's got a bit different terrain. So I might try to pick something that's relatively neutral that I can use in both places. So stay tuned for that. And again, I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, I'm happy to answer any questions. Appreciate your feedback, and hope you guys have a great week.